Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Mad Tinker Gaming with me, your host, the Mad Tinkerer. Now, today, I'm going to do a Marvel Origins story. Wow, that was rough. A Marvel Strike Force Origins story. To help out, I went up and I've done a lot of research on this character, and I hope most of it is valid. I use Wikipedia, and sometimes that just gets kind of stuck however it wants to. But I'm going to cover over one of the characters I keep getting asked a lot about, American Chavez. Now, American Chavez is a relatively recent character, so I didn't really know anything about her either. And that being said, I had to do my due diligence. And when I was researching her, I wanted to find out where she first appeared in, what her powers were, whether stuff actually lines up right with what she can do in Marvel Strike Force. And what I found out is that she started in a series called Vengeance, #1, back in September 11th, or September 2011. Not September 11th, September 2011. Now, with that being said, that makes her almost a 9-year-old Marvel comic books character, but she was very scarcely known. She's appeared in Young Avengers in 2013, in a book called A-Force, which was a Secret Wars tie-in thing in 2015. In late 2015, she was in Ultimates. I think it's October 2015 was when she went to that. But then she got her own series from 2017 to 2018. Now that's the key point for her. After that, she's been in West Coast Avengers since 2019. But the key point that's made her a popular driving force and made her get put into a lot of different mechanics, even though she's a relatively scarcely known character, is that she is a Latin American LGBTQ character. And that's the first one ever to have their own series, which was America from 2017 to 2018. That's why she's had a lot of circulatory hype around her, because she does represent the LGBTQ community. And that being said, I think that's why she's got a lot of surge appeal into games, and people don't know who she is. Now, when you look at the list of all the different things that she popped in and out of, from Vengeance all the way down to America, it was just little spatters here, little spatters there. So I have a fun feeling that the driving force behind her even being added into most of the games that we have now is it's a social justice warrior thing. Don't get me wrong, social justice warrioring has needed to have been done for a long time, because for the longest time in comic books it was predominantly male, heterosexual driven comic books. But that being the point, most people didn't drive home their sexual orientation as a key factor in the books. Nobody cared whether you were lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, questionable as to your origin, non-binary, all the different ones that are now available for people to choose from. They didn't care. They just wanted a good story. They wanted the character to have a solid fight against Sinestro or Darkseid in DC, or if you're in the Marvel run, you're having to take down Thanos or Ultron. They didn't really care about driving the point home of who the character was dating, why they were dating them, what their sexual orientation was. And I kind of feel bad for American Chavez, because that's what people are sticking her with. Instead of relying on writing books about her being a good character, they're focusing more on she's LGBTQ, so we need to put her into stories. It makes me feel sad, because even though characters needed to be adopted for that, there's no reason to make that the driving and focal point of a character. Just give me a good story with the characters. From what I've seen, she's not had good stories. She's just been thrown into different characters, thrown into different teams. Never really assessed as a true character, but more pointed out because she is LGBTQ. Now, that to me feels really bad. But when I did further research on her, I found out that her powers are she has superhuman strength, durability, flight, speed. There's a label that gets termed with all this. She can kick open holes in reality and thus allow multidimensional travel. Now, I don't see any kicking necessarily when you use her powers or abilities. Another one was she has a star fragmenting punch, a star projection blast that is supposed to be able to, I guess, even hurt people like Captain Marvel. So when I looked over the powers here, Starstruck, it looks like a fist with stars around it. And one of her abilities was star fragmenting punch. So I'm assuming that that's what they're trying to reference here, the Starstruck. And that's what it is. It's a big old punch, and it applies a defense down. Now, the other one that they told was a star projection blast. So I'm assuming that might be why they're calling this the shooting star. Now, in Marvel Strike Force, this is one of the most powerful ones to hit. If you've got it pumped up and she's like accelerated out the roof with stars and tear gear, this is supposed to be one of the highest damaging special attacks that there is. So I'm assuming this might be what they're talking about. Because you get extra 50% damage per hero brawler ally. So you're already going to have 260% damage, and then once you go to level 7, it's 75% damage per hero brawler. So you're looking at, if you're running a complete hero brawler team, that's 4 additional hero brawler allies at 75 per. That's an additional 300% damage on top of the 260%. So you're doing 560% damage with this attack. So that makes it really good. And Shooting Star, I guess, is the star projection blast that she does. So I can see that being a pretty significant effect. So it matches up. It syncs very well with the character. Starling Highway. I'm not sure what this one has to do other than it's just a good series of punches. It's not the kick open a hole in space-time or anything like that, but it's just a whole bunch of punches. So I guess this is, just another one of her effects. She's a tough, brawling, flying superhuman, and that's what it does. And it shows it when you're using those effects in the actual game. Now, to prove that, I'll go in here and we'll just do a quick blitz using a brawler team. I think my brawlers are up here somewhere. Okay, my brawlers are at number 10 with her. So we'll find an opponent, we'll do this, and I'll show you a couple of her moves. And you can see if they coordinate well with this. Now, if there's something else about American Chavez that I'm not familiar with, please let me know and put it down in the comments. If these powers you don't feel like coordinate with it, or you would rather see her have her kick for reality in here instead of the ultimate that's just a bunch of punches, I kind of think that would be a cool implementation or a rework. But I don't know what all they've got going on. I'll go ahead and take out their American Chavez because I feel like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and start targeting Mantis here. Now, American Chavez, here is, I'm going to go ahead and do the ultimate ability. She has it right off the bat, which is really cool. And you'll get to see it. It's a little flight power over here with a bunch of star heads. I don't know if that's what they're talking about for the star fragmenting punch or not. I mean, it looks graphically cool. But I don't know if it's actually what you would envision her powers being. I'm just not going to try to kill people off early. I'm trying to get back to American Chavez here, so you can see a display of her powers. Or I might have to run a second one just to show you her special. Looks like I'm going to have to run a second one just to show you her special. This team just gets so many extra attacks most of the time, that's what I'll have to do. So, sorry for that. You have to bear with me for one more second to get this done. I'll spend 25 and find somebody else here. Now, like I was saying, the primary focal point for American Chavez is that she is LGBTQ, and she's Latin American, so that's been a huge thing. Her getting her own series for that year was something that had never been done before. Now, I'm not sure who her real love interest is. I believe from the information I gathered, it is a woman called Kate Bishop, who was the Hawkeye in Young Avengers. But from what I've gathered reading, she's not really displayed an actual relationship with her. She's just a love interest. Like, she's interested in her, but not gone that way yet. And before, it's like she'd had a kiss with a guy back in an issue a while back as a potential love interest, and then it was just knocked off in the writing as it was just something she was curious about, some experimentation. So, if you do know her love interest, if you know who she's interested in, that's kind of interesting news for me. I'm not going to delve too far into it, but I mean, it's interesting to see that they're social justice warrior stuff. That right there was a special, just a quick shot over and a punch. So I don't know. It's a strong ability, but it's just one shot, and it's supposed to hit somebody and shatter them into stars. So maybe her ultimate is the actual version of that ability, and then the other one is just a powerful hit that should have been like a kick and a shift through reality. I don't know. But the powers do seem to coincide. She's a punching person. She hits people. They either blow up into little star fragments, or she uses a star projection blast when she comes down and hits somebody that will hurt them really, really badly. So, with that being said, I feel like her kit actually matches with what her powers are supposed to be. So Marvel Strike Force has done a pretty good job with her on that end. Now I've shown you what she can do there. I just wanted to let people know that that's the information I have found out about American Chavez. If you all know any more information about American Chavez that I couldn't find out about, please put it down in the comments below. Everybody's curious about these characters. You don't really get to hear a lot about some of them. Like American Chavez, I knew nothing about. So I just knew she was a hero brawler in Marvel Strike Force. Now, like I said, I do believe that they got the kits correct. I think they've done a good job implementing her. I kind of feel bad that she's the poster child in comic books for the Latin American LGBTQ community. I feel like that should not be the driving point behind a character. I think a character should just have good stories and good plots, and it doesn't really matter because nobody really focuses on the love interests of the characters much. They just want the action part. That's the point of the comic books, is to step away from reality and have people being able to blast into outer space and use energy weapons and punch holes through big robots that come down. That's why most people are interested in comic books in the first place. It's an escape from reality. I don't think most people want to worry about love life interests. That's my personal opinion on that. It may cause drama. People might not like that opinion, but I mean, it is what it is. And I'm sorry if I've offended anybody. I did not mean to. And I will try to steer clear from this type of discussions in the future. I just want to focus predominantly on the characters themselves. Now, I thank you all for watching. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon over here so that you know when I do post up a new video. And I'll try to keep doing more of these origins as I progress through my channel. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a good day. And the best way that you can help this channel grow is to share me with your friends and put me out there in other media that you think people will enjoy this. Have a good one. Bye.